good.
Hey all. So we've just been discussing
Well,
dragons.
I'm so glad that you've warned me about this in advance, that you're planning to true polymorph into a dragon.
I can't get true polymorph. I can get shape change.
Oh, shape-changing, yeah. But, like, permanently true polymorphing yourself into, like, a dragon or some nonsense.
That's
I'm
shit that
pretty
I
sure
pull.
you can do more bullshit shenanigans with shape change than true polymorph.
Probably, but shape-change isn't permanent.
Hmm.
I mean, not
Short
with
of,
that
like,
you can shape
magic
change into
jar
things
nonsense.
that you can shape change into things that have their own spell casting.
That is true.
You can do more nonsense with shape change. That would require me to go full warlock with my rest of my levels though, so I'm probably not doing that anyway.
You lost spellcasting when you shape change.
But I'm trying to remember the specific nonsense that exists with shape change. I think there's some high level monsters that have spell-like abilities that you technically get to keep.
For chat, Dolomar knows how to pull out the nonsense in any fucking class. We have learned this over the years.
It's fun.
I agree, it is.
But since you brought up Magic Jar,
No. No, I don't care what the idea is. If it revolves around Magic Jar, it's a no.
Depending on your
Fuck that
interpretation of
spell.
Find Steed, you can Find Steed and have your Find Steed also get affected by Magic Jar and get 2 uses out of it at once.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Magic Jar targets self.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Fuck Magic Jar.
This is some Full Metal Alchemist bullshit that might happen if that happens.
Oh, 3.5 was even better with Magic Jar bullshit.
Fuck Magic Jar,
One of the psionic
man.
classes, you could fucking imprison your soul in a crystal, so you didn't actually have a body. So then you can Magic Jar without any negative consequences.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I may have run a campaign where my big bad was a psionic who I tried to do that to one of the players.
Oh boy. Tried
That's
being
cruel.
the keyword?
The campaign ended before it really went that part went anywhere.
Ah. How cruel and unusual. I love it.
Speaking of maybe campaign ending prematurely,
let's go kill a god.
Go kill a god.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alrighty. So, who wants to give me the quick summary of where we left off last time, guys?
We had reached the Drow village where Dickhead Angel Murderer was already there, trying to convince the Drow to go over to Haitius. We convinced them that maybe that wasn't the best idea, but could not convince them to stay on their path of killing themselves. And we're still trying to kill a god. I think that's about it.
So Tula's a bitch.
She sure is. I'm sure it will have no negative consequences when you kill her.
No, of course not.
If you kill her, I should say. Alrighty. Okay. Specifically, last we'd left off, you guys were in the council chamber of the Drow Elders, and Duriel, the aforementioned murdering dickhead angel, had just wandered off to perform a commune, or however you want to pronounce it, with Haitius to see what he thought about the whole, maybe we don't suborn the Drow to our will. And you guys were left alone for a couple of minutes. If there was anything you wanted to do with the drow while Enduriel is talking to his boss. Otherwise, there will just be a couple of minutes brief pause where the drow wait patiently, and I can only assume that you guys do the same until Enduriel returns and looks over the group of the drow elders and you all and speaks out loud. Excuse me. If the drow do not wish to join with our father, then that is their choice. If you wish to free them from their bond with Atula, with the stone-cold bitch, we will support this. I am called away to fight her on a different front, as her greatest child lays siege to Aventine.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I believe that one who you will need to break this deal resides there as well.
Yes.
Despite his differences of opinion with the Chosen, he will not come to harm by my hand. Not unless he attempts to kill me himself.
That's reasonable.
We are reasonable people. It is a shame that we could not come to reason with you earlier. So much needless death.
Glare.
If only we had come to engage each other as equals before. Perhaps you will give some thought to doing so in the future.
Just gonna stare at him a bit.
One god at a time.
He arches a. I just got some major reverb from somebody. He arches a perfectly plucked eyebrow at the group of you. Indeed. Very well. And he takes wing and leaves the room. You can hear the flapping of wings going on from outside for a minute or two. And then the only sound you're left with is the streaming of water. As well as, I suppose, 3 drow elders staring at the group of you. When the center speaks up after the sound of wings has gone. What will you do now?
As we came here to do. Right? Looking to the others.
You get a firm nod from DeGroy.
No reason to stop now.
Yep.
Do you truly believe you can free us?
If we can defeat her, yes.
Then I am sorry. But we can go no further with you. If it is not necessary, we do not wish to all die.
Are you still able to give us direction to the heart?
We may. Yes.
And that is what
The
we would
youngling.
ask.
The youngling whom you arrived with. He will take you to the mouth. From there, you must go on your own.
We understand.
We are glad you do. We will warn you as well. Beware her words. Beware her tunnels. Before too long, you will pass into the realm of Our Lady. Once you are there, she will see you, and she will do her best to hurt you. Beware.
That is fine. We will be doing our best to hurt her. So the balance is set.
I fear you do not understand. But we have warned you. Be careful.
Let's give her a respectful nod at that.
Alrighty. Y'all have been warned.
The save point has been...
Yes, basically.
Well, we gotta try kill a bitch. That'll be fine.
Yes, I'm sure it won't go badly at all.
Either way, I'll be fine.
Alrighty.
Did we get a
Please.
long rest here or a short rest? As we're just.
You got a long rest here.
Thank you. All right. I'll make sure I got the spell.
You guys took a rest last night in the Drow's home.
Okay. Make sure my spell's set.
Do not rush yourself. Take your time if you must. You have come all of this way. You are our honored guests.
Then
We
will
will.
prepare.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, what did you say?
Just said, then we will prepare.
Okay. Alright. Then they will, the three drow elders will nod at the group of you and turn around and walk through one of the waterfalls behind them and out of view, leaving you guys alone. You have as much time as you want to prepare from this place. What would you guys like to do?
If we wish, we can create. We have the materials to create one more hero's feast. But we would wish to rest here one more night to regain the magic.
That's certainly an option.
Are we sure we'll reach Atula before the time the feast wears off?
We do not know, but once we reach the point where we will no longer be guided, we doubt there will be an hour to feast. But we can ask our guide how long it may take to reach that point. Either way, this is our safe area for now. Let's see if I can find the young drow and get some information about that.
Oh, they were waiting directly outside.
Oh, good, great. Then, what was his name?
Nobody's asked it.
You said the elders said the name.
Oh, that is a very good question because I did not write it down.
Oh no,
His name is now Jorson.
Jorson. All right. And we'll ask Jorson about distances, how long he thinks it might take to the point where he'll leave us be.
5 minutes. He points towards a tunnel mouth on the far end of the village from you guys. It's right over there.
Mm-hmm. And as soon as we enter there, we will not have time to feast. Looking back at the looking back at Eamon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine either way. It's up to you guys.
Okay. So feast.
Probably
Not
be like
feast?
right before, like basically right before sleeping, most probably, to get the
Okay.
most time out of it active.
Okay. Most time out of it and not.
Yeah, not waste a spell slot.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do today?
Could we maybe get the drow to send a party back up to the Vishrod? Make it seem like we're leaving the other way.
Sure. Jorson sits there and nods for a moment as you ask, and how many would you want?
How many of us are there? There's 5 of us.
At least
So-
6 because we had
Yeah, I mean, there's the 4 of us, and then we had the druid, Garrett.
Bannock.
Yes.
Ah,
And
I forgot
Bannock.
about Bannock. So yeah, 6, maybe 7 with a guide. Have them make a bit more noise than you folks usually do. Once you're far enough along that it's safe to do so.
Okay.
Maybe talk about how the drow weren't willing to go through with the plan after all. Anything to put Atula at ease or on the less suspicious side.
Until we walk straight
Jorson
into our
looks-
shears.
Jorson looks mildly disgusted at the idea. You wish for us to be loud?
Yes, you have to emulate me and the other armored fellow here.
Ugh.
You may remember that we were not
I
quiet.
don't think we can be that loud.
Dr. Eamon said, how? Could you be more loud?
We will bring large rocks, I suppose, and throw them and shout as loud as we can.
Wee!
Like, ah!
Perfect. They're all ready.
It's like a slightly more emotive version of Cristona trying to.
That is as loud as we can be.
That should be fine.
The Fluttershy of.
I'll take your word for it. I've never watched My Little Pony.
The ones who needed to get it got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
That was a joke for you.
I'm glad those people got a kick out of it. All right. You see Jorson go around, and Jorson will leave you guys for a couple minutes and go gather up a few people, a few drow, who very hesitantly take their masks off and start heading up the tunnels toward the Visharad. And you can hear them, the echoes and clatters as they throw rocks at the walls, and as they faintly shout, "Ah! Whee!" Your diversionary party is on the way.
Speaking of messages going back up, I should probably cast Sending and let Monarch know
I was gonna say.
what's going on.
Okay, what are you telling Monarch?
That we're heading into the mouth of Atula tomorrow. So don't expect any contact between then and us knowing knowing we succeeded or failed. And if we fail, you won't hear from us.
There's a very long pause, which is abnormal for Monarch's responses to your sendings. And then he replies back, "Understood, Overseer. Would you like to designate a replacement Overseer if you do not return?"
Yes. You.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I am.
If I don't return, you're in charge.
I have never been in charge, Overseer. I do not know how.
You'll figure it out.
He's basically been in charge while you've been gone.
Yeah.
We will do our best to make you proud, Overseer. Please come back alive. The Visharad has been much more exciting and interesting since you arrived.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
That's the spirit.
Says the bard.
Diggeroy is the one who said, "Those people don't know us well enough to hate us," and frankly, I think they're missing out.
It's true.
Monarch does not send any more sendings back.
Monarch is best boy. Except for my puppy. My puppy is best little boy.
Monarch does his best.
Monarch will be the true culmination of Duck's research.
Maybe he is.
Exactly.
It's impossible to tell.
Got timey-wimey nonsense going on.
No, Monarch's just old as fuck, dude.
It's true.
All right. There is still plenty of time left in the day if you guys would like to prepare anything else.
Do I have anything else that I can prepare? Let's see.
You do, in theory, have teleport if you would like to use it to go anywhere and get back. and plane shift.
That's true. But could only use those once, and then would have to use the slot getting back. I assume. Well, I guess somebody up top could.
Mhm. Well, you have 8th level slots now, right?
Yeah, that's true. Let's have to kill one of them.
It's up to you guys. If you don't want to go get anything else before you like
Is there anything?
potentially die,
Hmm.
then that is completely up to you.
Is there anything we can get from like? Well, I mean, yeah, if we go to Sigil, we just pick up some weird shit. Because I mean, it's not like Aventine has like open markets at the moment. They're in a war zone.
Correct.
How many Warforged could we get through a portal? Because I know we have a few thousand.
Oh yeah.
Through a portal? You'd need, for something that lasted longer than just a teleportation circle, you would need, it would just be like, I think 12 total is the maximum you can get with just teleport.
They would have like mass polymorph, and then we turn them into tiny stuff, and then just get like handfuls of them and run through.
Oh god. You and 8 willing creatures with teleport. You don't have a teleportation circle at the moment to
That's true.
like create a more to create a portal like that. There's no teleportation circle in the Drow village, believe it or not.
Shocked.
So you could teleport up and teleport back down like a squad of Warforged. But that's about it.
That would be twice as many of us, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to bring enough firepower to make a difference when the real fight begins.
It's up to you.
Then I'm thinking the real fight might not begin right away, so might as well.
I mean, even in the real fight, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of minions and stuff to eat up spells and stuff. Could help with that.
Yeah, and if I could, it's a few AoEs I don't have to drop on that, and it's better spells elsewhere that are likely to be necessary.
We're taking that. We have time. We could even take like a couple days and then like bring people back here and then.
And you have time, yeah.
Exactly.
Not infinite time, but time.
Yep.
How much time has been since we got our tomes? Presumably we've been reading those in our downtime as well. If we had them long enough to actually get the benefits of them.
You got those from... Oh, you got those from the Nutange, didn't you?
It sounds right.
Those were from like a day and a half ago.
Has it really been
game?
that full amount of time? Okay.
Oh wow.
Never mind then.
Like you guys teleported, you killed them in Keisha. You spent
no,
a night
sounds
on
about right.
Keisha, and then teleported to the Visherad. Oh, it's been longer than a day and a half. It's been like 2-3 days. But most of that's been either fighting people or just travel time to or traveling to the village because you couldn't teleport. So it's been about 3 days total.
Okay.
Say half of it is time where you've either been traveling or sleeping. So you could be a good chunk of the way into your book, but not finished it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have the say 4 days to finish them?
That is the question.
That is entirely up to you guys, how much time you want to wait.
Mm. I'm thinking that Tarask is probably our timer, really.
Yeah, it sure is a timer.
Yeah.
How many people are you willing to let die in Aventine?
Yeah, I think we should just wait 1 day for the feast and to get the Warforged down here. Maybe hit up Sigil if anybody has anything they can think of worth getting from there, and then go tomorrow.
I don't know what we get from Sigil besides more potions.
Yeah.
Potions are never bad, but
That's
I
true.
see your point.
I do kind of want to
But
get more
point
potions of
taken.
speed because potions of speed and healing potions are probably like top 2 thing.
Alrighty. Oh no. Alright, potions of speed and healing potions. Plane shift the sigil and take a sec to buy stuff.
Do we have the plane shifts to spare?
Assuming you're not going today, then yes, I believe you do.
Cool. Any chance I could find a +3 shield while there?
Ba-ba-da. You know what? Sure. How much gold do you have?
10,000 and a +2 shield that I can trade in.
Ah, okay. He'll take 6,000 and your +2 shield for a +3 shield as you go to the lovely shop of Gorgons and Gremlins. Someone who you are pretty sure is a Medusa mans the counter behind a thick veil, and several screechy gremlins fly down from the ceiling and provide you with whatever goods you request.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, pick up a potion of speed for me too.
Yeah. I would like to find a potion shop
Alright.
run by an actual dragon so Sympaticos will stop yelling at me that there aren't enough dragons.
Oh my god. Fine.
Yes. And you're welcome.
You find a potion shop run by goddamn Dunkelzahn and fucking buy out his entire stock.
Woo!
No. You find a yeah, this is Sigil. We can get weird and timey-wimey with
Exactly.
things. You find a dragon shop or a potion shop, not a dragon shop. You cannot
Run
buy
by a
dragons.
potion. The dragon
damn
chop
it.
run by a potion, a sentient potion
I
model.
almost had a great idea going there.
Well, okay, you can buy dragons by the hour, but they're a little bit out of your price range for this, I think.
That's a really good
And
brothel.
also purpose range. I know what I said. You find a bright metallic-y blue cobalt dragon running a potion store called Cobalt's Cobs and Bottles.
Hey.
And the dragon is curled up behind. The dragon is curled up behind the counter and raises its head as you all wander in. Ah, hello. Please enter my shop.
Enters the shop.
What are you looking for in Cobalt's Cobs and Bottles? I'm Cobalt.
We are Kristana, and we are in search of potions of speed as well as any types of healing.
Ah, you're interested in the speed. I see, I see.
We have a need for speed. Yes.
Ah, I see. You like it fast. A need for speed, you might say. All right. I know what I fucking said. Don't you goddamn doubt it.
How the mighty have fallen. Jesus Christ.
He pushes two potions counter at you with a single outstretched claw. These are two potions of speed. They'll make you real fast. Should satisfy that need for speed. He pushes a small baggie across the counter as well. And if you were being slightly more literal about your need for speed, this is speed. God. Yeah, throw your arms out behind you like the great Sanic.
He always takes the form of a hedgehog in his wild shape. And okay, so
How many potions of speed would you like?
how much are they each?
4 grams of actual speed.
Blink. Yes. Discord, stop messing up for David. Well, shit.
So I missed the last thing I heard was immediately before Cobalt the Dragon offered you literal speed. If your need for speed was more literal.
Oh no. Then they basically asked how much the potions were each.
The potions of speed, eh?
Also, did you only have 2 of them? Diggory wanted a couple as well.
Hmm.
Oh no, I have many more potions. Do not fret yourself. I will sell you a potion of speed for 800 gold pieces. How does that sound? Buy enough of them and I'll even give you a nice bulk discount.
Any potions of giant size?
I have exactly one potion of giant size. Those are a massive bitch to make. You need giant toenails, and giants are very attached to their toes.
And how much would that be?
I'm going to price that one at, given the year it took me to brew it and the cost of components, about 8,000 gold.
Out of my price range.
I'll buy it.
Sold to the strapping young pretty boy. 8,000 gold. And he will push a potion of giant size across the counter to you.
Thank you.
Do you give him his money?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Make sure you use that to absolutely beat something.
We would like to purchase 8 potions of speed.
8 potions of speed. Alright. For 8 potions of speed, we will give you... How about 700 gold pieces a pop?
They will do so.
He is not a purple velvet dragon. He is a cobalt dragon. He could be purple velvet, though. You never know with these tricksy dragons and their shape changing. All right. I knew you were the kind to like it fast. And here, a little bit of speed for you as well. They'll push a small baggie of white powder across the counter to Christona.
They'll take it, look at it a bit, and then offer it to Eamon.
Sure. Eamon will take it. Add that to my inventory.
Note it down as 1 dose of speed.
Cool.
The name is very important.
Yeah, I'm not taking this myself, but I'm sure we can find an NPC to give it to.
Binak?
Uh,
Just around there.
Do not give this to Manak. Oh god, that would go very poorly.
Give it to Monarch. Got it.
Digoroy, he will gladly sell you 2 potions of speed for 1,600 gold as well. If you are back.
I am. Hello, all.
Oh, I was gonna give you a couple from. I was gonna go in the bulk for Digorize too.
Well, then make it 1,400 gold instead of 16. How like any more potions, my good friends?
What would be the prices for healing?
An excellent question from one who has such need for speed. Same prices as basically anywhere else. So 1350 for. I can tell you, regret nothing. 1350 for supreme healing. He has on him right now 5 potions of supreme healing, 8 potions of superior, 10 greater, and 12 normal.
Okay. You want to do the streams? I would also like a supreme. And how much are the superiors?
Superiors are 450 apiece.
Okay.
Supremes are 1350 apiece.
I'll grab that last supreme.
Should be 5. So we
Yes, there are 5 supremes. 5 supremes, 8 superiors, 10 graders, and 12 regular.
Sorry, what was the superior again? The
Superiors are 450 gold.
450. Okay.
Part of me just wants to say we'll take the lot. How much is all that together?
Yeah, it's a very good idea to. Buying in bulk from the Dragon Costco.
Excuse me. I am more than willing to sell you the lot of these.
Okay, so that would be maths. Ain't bad.
12 grand and change.
That sounds right to me. And your formula is right, so yeah, seems legit. You guys just gonna buy
What that
an
cost?
entire stack of healing potions?
Pretty good idea.
might as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, if you're
Lost 4 ways.
interested, I have 2 more potions you might be interested in. Just lying around back here. They're called potions of invulnerability.
We still have one.
Well, that is very nice. If you would like any of them, they are available for 4,000 gold per. Alright, sounds like everybody's chipping in for potions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody interested in the potions of invulnerability?
It's just resistance to everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, I
I can
figured
get
you
that
would.
just by being angry.
You sure can. Except for psychic damage.
Yeah.
True.
4,000 you said? I'll take one.
Does he have a potion of psychic resistance? There you go. You're all set.
He does not actually. I normally sell these to anybody who comes in looking for a resistance potion. People don't normally look for psychic resistance.
It'll be fine. I mean, what sort of things do psychic damage anyway? It's not like a tool is going to try to insult me to death.
Bitch, she might.
Are you sure? I think that's the next campaign.
You never know. Who knows? Who knows what Atula might do to you once you enter her domain?
Once we entered Atula's magical realm.
You know, if Tula wants to waste her turns casting Vicious Mockery, I'm down for it.
I mean, sure. Fuck.
Oh dear.
You're not wrong. It is technically her magical realm, but please don't refer to it as that. It is technically her realm. It is technically magical. Please do not refer to it as her magical realm.
I regret
Her
nothing.
magical space.
Huh.
Sure, even that's better. I'll take magical space. I just don't want to have to deal with all the magical realms.
Now I need to know.
Divine realm. Yes, that's what we're going with. That's the proper terminology. Divine realm. Thank you. Alrighty then. Is there anything else you'd like from kobolds, cobs, and bottles? Perhaps I could interest you in a cob. You've bought so many of my bottles.
What's a cob?
He pulls a swan out from under his desk and puts it and holds it on his palm.
What?
Is there any corn on it?
No, there's not any corn on it.
I am confused.
A cob is a male swan.
Oh, fuck you. Jesus Christ, David.
Would you like to buy one of my male swans?
Perhaps later.
We do not need any. And they'll wild shape into a swan into a male swan promote now that they've seen one. Then back.
I do not need any swans, but I find them calming, very relaxing to be around. I sometimes like to relax with just a swan and a bottle of cognac, gaze up at the infinite plains above this place at night. Truly wonderful. You sure you wouldn't like one of my cobs?
Just shakes head.
All right. Well, a pleasure doing business with the group of you. You all come on back now to Cobalt's Cobs and Bottles. And by the way, stop out by the table at the door, and it'll give you some complimentary corn. Very good, I promise.
Is the corn laced with
Roasted it.
speed?
No. God, don't ask questions like that.
Take the corn. Don't
Jesus
ask questions.
Jesus Christ, Flint. You can't ask if things are laced with seed.
Wait, what? No, speed.
Oh! Okay. That's a much less bad question than what I heard. No, they are not laced with speed. Jesus Christ. For the record, everybody, you should never ask if things are laced with speed. There's never a good answer to that question.
Y'all motherfuckers don't matter.
Yes, apparently I do. Save me from these fucking sinners in my D&D group.
So we gotta carry. Okay, we gotta carry around a blacklight everywhere we go.
No, you don't. That's not the lesson to take from this. Jesus Christ. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. The corn is good. You leave the shop with his complimentary corn that is not laced with anything.
Gentlemen, behold.
No, if it was laced with speed, you would all know it by now. Speed has a very particular effect.
Maybe I have ADD. You don't know.
Do you want to try the bag of speed that you guys got? Help with your ADD?
I mean, if somebody wants it, they can have it. But
We might need more than a extra. We might need an extra couple days for that. Depending.
It'll wear off within an hour.
You know, Bauer would be the one to be like, yeah, most probably. I'm assuming.
Probably.
Bauer, do you
It's up
want
to
this?
you guys.
Am I wrong, Bauer?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, you are Bauer, so.
True.
Would Bauer take the speed?
Probably not right this second because I still have something I would like to try to do.
Fair enough. What would you like to try and do?
Is there any chance I can find some kind of like legendary sword or shield?
Ah. Roll me a D100. Not easily. Make me an investigation check. As you go looking through this horrendously weird. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. You follow your nose towards an immense foundry, far from the normal market, in the lower ward that spews smoke and fumes into the air. There are two things that you spot here that that you believe might that you think you might find such a thing. One of them is the foundry itself. You can see a dwarf standing in the entrance, forging something. The other is a large siege tower that stands next to the foundry that is also spewing smoke from the top of it.
Seems like a bad thing for a siege tower to spew.
Hmm. Possibly. Spewing the same kind of forged smoke as the rest of it. Or as the foundry, sorry.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to make sure I didn't lose anyone this time.
Nope. Still here.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Ooh, such a book.
You want to check out this weird 4G siege tower, or do you want to go talk to the, or do you want to check out this foundry, Bauer?
I gotta know, so let's check out the siege tower first.
Alrighty. I'm gonna fast forward a couple of things because I assume that you're going to parkour right through them, given that you're level 15. You head to the base of the siege tower, and you find that it is there is no obvious door. However, there are a few windows that you can spy further up the siege tower. They look like they were originally arrow slits that may have widened with time. And I'm going to assume that you want to climb up and into them.
Sure.
Alrighty. So you climb up and in, and you find within the siege tower an enormous forge, manned by a gigantic metal golem. It is hammering away at what looks like a blade upon the anvil, and does not notice you as you enter.
I'll say hello. It's a nice sword you got there.
Yes, it is.
You have any plans for it?
Yes. I forge the weapons by which the universe will be unmade.
Sounds pretty sweet. Do you have any of them for sale or one that I might get from you?
Yes. What sort of metal do you wish for?
What do you mean by that?
What are you looking for here?
a nice sword. Be pretty cool. Like a long sword.
What is your purpose for this sword?
To be my sword, so I can use it as needed.
Murdering gods, that sort of thing. Anything, daily wear.
I mean, that'll be a one-time thing. I got to think about long term.
At least maybe a 3-time thing. Who knows?
How much gold does Bauer have on him?
24K.
24K. Oh boy.
Actually, probably 27 with the platinum.
Hmm. The golem reaches to leave your gold. I need materials. Your gold will serve.
So, like all of it.
Yes.
Okay.
And as you drop the gold to the floor, he reaches to a sword on a rack near him and throws it down to you, and it sticks into the ground beneath your feet. Take the blade. Leave the sword.
Wait, what?
And as you... Sorry, I misspoke. Take the blade. Leave the gold.
Okay, I'm on. I'm with you now.
And as you take the blade from the ground underneath it, the iron floors in here begin to rust, have begun to rust and disintegrate away around the edges of it.
Neat.
Alrighty.
You are the rust monster.
Go. Is anybody else going to talk to the giant metal golem?
Don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help my staff, so.
You never know.
At least I don't know if I have enough gold for that now.
Accurate. Coke's metal is very expensive.
I do
He
have.
does do.
I do have like 700 platinum and then like 6,000 gold. But. Also metal, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anybody else want to bother him?
The silence is deafening.
Nope.
Truly, it is. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you guys leave the siege tower, and immediately once you leave, the arrow slit through which you entered closes up behind you.
Neat.
Bauer, you can note down that sword as the Blade of Entropy.
You are now Cube.
Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yep. Alright. Anybody else want anything in Sigil?
Want? Yes. Can afford? No.
Fair.
What do you want is the question.
I mean,
don't know,
there's always
but,
people who
we
are
might come up
willing.
with something.
There's always people who are willing to trade for basically anything. Trade basically anything for basically anything in Sigil. This is a place where devils literally walk the streets unharmed by other people in most circumstances. You have, in fact, seen several of them walking by as you've gone on your way through the city.
But no, I don't have anything else I want here.
I think I'm good.
I'm all set.
Okay. All right. So you guys plane shift back to the village, and you want to take your hero's feast and then rest.
Are we also gonna teleport some Warforged in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Should probably do that before the feast so they can get in on it.
All right,
That's true.
Diggeroy, you can pop in and out and bring yourself 8 more Warforged
Okay.
to join Bannock.
Only 6 of those could get in the Hero's Feast with the rest of us, though, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
Alrighty. Alright. So you guys teleport your Warforged in as I commit tab genocide from sigil things. And Cristona conjures you guys up another hero's feast. And you guys all dig in.
And
For your last meal. For your last good meal for probably a good while.
10 temp HP.
You all pick up 10. Your hit point maximum increases by 10. For all of you.
Just that.
Cool.
Mhm.
Alrighty. And with that, after your hour-long hero's feast of delicious food, you head to sleep. At which point, I'm going to ask all of you to please make me a wisdom save.
Which you do at advantage.
You do.
Except for Bauer, sorry.
Yeah.
That means only one of the Warforged doesn't get it right.
How? Wow.
And Bauer rolled a 19.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
truly terrible.
Wow.
Christona.
Huh? Yep.
Truly, truly terrible.
Holy shit.
Well,
Ah.
okay. So, Christona, you get a little bit sidetracked in your dreams.
Of course.
You have this weird dream of a very large castles, a very large black castle sitting on a hill somewhere. But you are unable to find a path up to it and are instead harrowed by monsters in the shadows beneath it. As an 11 is.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. You are instead harrowed by shadowy creatures in the foothills beneath the castle. The rest of you all find yourselves. I suppose it would be accurate to move you over here. At the bottom of this path, looking up at the castle on this hill. It is deadly quiet except for occasional birds going overhead. You hear a faint voice in your heads. Please, come to my castle. Go sleep if you must. No further terrors will trouble you. But I would like to see you all. Those of you who aren't Christona, who made your wisdom saves, would you like to ignore the dream and go to sleep? Or proceed up the path to the castle?
I think I'll go to the castle. That was Hacius's voice, right?
No. Sorry, there's a lot of people with similar deep sounding voices, and it's hard to keep them all distinct.
That's fine. Do I recognize the voice?
Yes. It is the King of Dreams. Or the King of Stories.
Aha. Wait, King? Oh, he got upgraded from Prince.
Moving up in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Stories, King of Dreams, he has a lot of different names, and it's hard to keep them straight.
Whose fault is that?
Appropriate.
Me. Me, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Bauer's going to go to sleep. Okay. Eamon,
Sigurd will move up.
what do you think, Eamon? Go to the castle or
Are we all together or separate?
you're all alone?
Okay.
You see the same thing, but none of you sees the others.
Do I recognize this voice? I haven't met the stories with the rest of them.
You've probably come across it. No, actually. No, you would not have. You do not recognize the voice.
Hmm. Do I feel like I can break out of the dream when I want?
Yeah,
Fuck it. I'll check out the castle then.
there's nothing holding you guys here. He's explicitly been like, yeah, you can leave if you want to.
I'll check out the castle, but be ready to leave.
Alrighty. So you guys proceed up the way. To a gate, which is guarded by a griffin, a wyvern, and a hippogriff. And the hippogriff looks down at the three of you, or the two of you, sorry. Our lord is waiting for you. Please enter. And the
Who would
gates,
that be exactly?
His Honor the King of Dreams.
I see.
And as you enter the gates, the two of you immediately find yourselves in what appears to be a small receiving room. And directly across from you stands a man with very pale white skin and jet black hair, wearing a dark black robe. Dark black, pitch black robe. In one hand, he has what looks like sand that he's letting trail out, that he's letting trail to the ground beneath or through his fingers. But then it never seems to run out of sand. And the sand doesn't seem to collect on the stone floor beneath the group of you. Behind,
See each other now?
yes, you can. Behind him, you can see a bank of windows through which an aurora is occurring. Welcome.
Eamon will just nod.
I am Dream. Sit. You are hurtling along the road to an imminent death. And I wish to avert it, I suppose, if I may.
How would you propose to do that?
You travel with one such who has made a deal with me, that his story be everlasting, unending. You face a goddess who has the power to unmake you both with little more than a thought. I would do the same for you, should you fall against her.
You are speaking of some sort of reincarnation?
Of a sort. If that does not appeal to you, rather than go to your death on the morrow, you may remain here. Remain in my castle.
What do you mean by
I'm sorry?
of a sort?
It is not exactly your soul that moves onward, but your story, the idea that drives you will forever be recreated until either you request a release from it or it reaches a conclusion.
Well, I can't speak for my friend here, but I'm afraid I must decline. My afterlife, if you will, is already spoken for. If you do feel the need to help me, a teleport of my corpse, should it come to that, would be appreciated.
It is not. I'm afraid you misunderstand. I do not ask for your afterlife. That would be my sister.
Ah, well, regardless, I do not think my story
I
will
am
end with
off.
death.
All stories end with death.
Perhaps.
The only question is, are they stories cut off before their time? Or will they be given another chance to reach their conclusion?
I stand by what I said.
I understand. And what of you, Captain? You and I have met before. I offered you a position weaving your tales for my court, as I recall. You declined them. An understandable result.
I think you know me well enough to know I do not like service.
It is not. This is true. I do not offer service this time, though. You
No.
are a teller of tales, I know. A quite good one. Good enough to draw me into one of those old temples that the Yualians like to build. I am offering you, should you wish it, the chance to make sure that your own tale will have the chance to reach a true, satisfying ending. There is no servitude. There is no strings from me. Besides maybe a request that you drop in and tell me, perhaps, between lives, between tellings of your story, that you tell me of what you've been up to, the smaller stories within the bigger one.
That's a better fate than I've been offered before.
Hmm. Will you take it?
Yes.
He walks over to you and holds out a hand to shake yours.
Shake it.
You feel the tingle of magic as he shakes your hand with the same hand from which sand was spilling earlier. You may find this useful for what is to come. Don't waste it. Farewell to both of you, and good luck. And the both of you leave and fall into peaceful, quiet dreams. And you awake feeling better rested than you have in a very, very long time. Diggeroy, you find a small pouch of sand in the hand that you extended to shake his.
Well, now we know what Power's deal is.
Yep, there we go.
At
I'm
least,
disappointed it wasn't an
Hmm?
clone spy.
Oh.
almost all of it.
Well, fuck.
There's one other little thing that you don't quite know yet, but almost all of it.
King of Dreams and Haitia's just fighting back and forth. Oh, I feel like. Bauer is in high demand by gods.
Well, I mean, he is the pretty boy.
Yeah, it's true.
A very pretty boy indeed.
So pretty. Much wow.
So pretty that he has to hide his face in a helmet all the time.
Okay. Do I have any idea what this sand does?
It is You're not entirely sure what it's called, but you know that if you sprinkle it on someone or something, that thing will fall asleep within 30 seconds. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
So yeah. Bauer, you wake after a night of pleasant dreams and just this memory of seeing this weird, vaguely familiar castle in your dreams. Cristona, you have a really shitty time resting and wake up after having gotten chased by by these weird shadow nightmare creatures. And Digroy and Aemon, you wake up with the memories of what transpired the night before.
Well then, let's go kill a god.
Stone's gonna go dunk her head into the water nearby first and wake up.
You sure do wake up as the icy water of the underground streams gives you a nice shock to your senses.
And now we are ready.
Yep.
So head towards the mouth.
Alrighty. You guys wake up, make your final preparations. The Warforged clanking along behind you. And Jorson takes you guys towards the mouth of the tunnel. He gives the group of you a look, and broadcasts through Kristona's telepathy. Are you all ready to go?
We are.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Alrighty. And he takes you to the entrance to the tunnels and gestures for you all to enter. Just through there. You'll enter her domain. Be careful.
You as well, in case this does not work.
He nods.
walk in.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
You all head into the mouth of the tunnel. Oops. And you begin down here in the bottom right-hand corner as you walk in and immediately hear Atula's voice in your head. Oh, you've arrived. I didn't think you'd have the balls to come down here and actually challenge me. Come forth, then, little creatures. Come forth into my tunnels. Come forth to die.
Start moving forward with purpose.
Alrighty. You guys just moving forward. You can hear the echoing sounds of your footsteps and basically nothing else as you proceed through the tunnels of Atula's domain and begin to enter them.
I need to zoom the fuck out. There we
Yeah, it's a big map. I'm a little sorry.
go. No, you're not.
No, not even a little bit. All right. So you guys come up to your first fork in Das Road.
Hmm.
Oh, look at you, tiny little children, running through these. Do you really believe that you'll be able to kill me? My children have abandoned your cause, left you with no weapons to hurt me, no strength sufficient to break my guardians. Even now. She's going to keep monologuing as you guys can choose a path to go down.
I'm kind of curious. Oh, if
Or you can let her keep talking.
does Christona think that there might be a way to use Earth Communion to kind of like feel like where the heart presence is, like the beat sense?
That is a possibility, yes.
I might want to try that. Just if we have a fork in the road to get a better bearing on where we might need to go.
Make a Earth Communion skill check. It's been a while since I made you do this.
Right? Whew.
Okay. Ba-bum-ba-da-da. So, even within the depths of Atula's, or even within the outskirts of Atula's domain, your ability seems sufficient. And you get a bearing that's, northwest of you.
Just gonna start heading that way then.
Alrighty. As you guys make your first turn through here, I need you all to make me intelligence saving throws. Okay, Eamon, you're fine. Digroy, you are not. Do you guys have advantage on intelligence saves?
No, I just forgot to start it off.
Fair enough.
Aemon does, assuming it's magical.
Yes. Bauer,
Let me
Digroy,
try that one
and
again.
Okay.
Well,
Well, you tried. Bauer, Digroy, and
There was an
Cristona.
effort.
mhm.
There sure was. Bauer, Digroy, and Cristona all fail. And you start feeling a. It's not much to start with, just 6 psychic damage. You guys start feeling the presence of a Tula pressing in on the outsides of your mind and beginning to squeeze as you move forward.
Let's keep going. Try to focus on keeping moving forward.
The Warforged clank along behind you, and Garrett. They all wince with pain. Garrett makes a unpleasant face and shows a bit of a nosebleed as you guys proceed onwards. No weapons to hurt me. No strength to fight my guardians. Have you really any hope that you may prevail? Or are you just pushing on? Vainly hoping against hope that you may find something. Nobody's going to respond to her, I take it?
She
Telling her,
sounds like a
"Fuck off."
broken record.
She kind of does.
Maybe. As you guys head through the second fork, I need you guys to make me another round of intelligence saving throws.
Wow.
Fail, 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 and fail. As the pressure ramps up some, and everybody takes 23 points of psychic damage. She is a very rude person.
Apparently.
Look at you mortals. Pathetic creatures of blood and bone. Panting and sweating from the merest touch of me upon your minds. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal goddess?
Like, try and hone in on, like, regain bearings at this point.
Okay. Make another Earth Queen roll.
Fuck her.
Fuck her in particular, indeed. You pick up that it is still somewhere off that way. Or off this way?
Okay.
Let me zoom out some more.
Right. So, I'm gonna start heading this
Off
way.
that way. Alrighty. I need you guys to make me a dexterity save as you go through that way.
Okay.
As 6 pillars of stone erupt from the earth.
I'm gonna use. Do I still have that on? Fuck. Do I?
That's a success from Eamon. It's a fail from Digeroy. A fail from Cristona. A fail from Bauer. As 6 pillars erupt from the ground, one under each of you guys,
Ring of evasion.
and 2 of them just fucking try and block your way. So, Ring of Evasion, you pop a charge from that. Diggeroy, but Diggeroy and Bauer are both pinned to the roof of the ceiling, or roof of the tunnels.
Bones of the earth.
Bones of the earth. And take 22 bludgeoning damage as you are. And you are now restrained up there.
I have
And I need-
permanent move movement here.
You do. Which allows you to slip out of it as you are just after you are crushed against the ceiling, but does not save you from the bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Which just leaves us with Bauer stuck at the top of a pillar, restrained against the ceiling.
Hmm.
And I'm going to ask you guys to all please make intelligence saving throws for me.
Thank God for advantage.
I'm gonna try it again.
Okay? Nope. That's rough, buddy.
Okay.
Whoops.
Damn it.
Nope.
Well, we tried and therefore no one can criticize us.
You'll take 35 points of psychic damage. You think to attempt to break into my home by just walking in?
Let's see.
Do you think me Tyr or one of the other trusting gods? I do not tolerate those who bring blades of entropy to kill me.
God. I might
Or
pop one of the
any
potions.
attempts to kill me.
Hmm.
So are we stuck here because of the pillars?
Yeah,
Or-
they're stone pillars. They're
Great. Start breaking them down then.
Mm-hmm.
alrighty. Christina, you're dropping a superior healing potion.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyone go ahead and try to break one down?
And we'll go help with that.
Yep, that'll hit, and that'll hit. And you will break down the pillar, no problem.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I needed to move you back so I could select the pillar drawing. Diggeroy also downs a superior healing potion. Alright.
Bauer, do we need to break your pillar for you, or can you get out?
Yeah, I guess good question.
You can make a strength or dex check to get out of it. Or try and attack your own pillar. No, Bauer, it does 2d6 additional force damage on hit.
Oh, then I'll do the strength to try to get out.
Okay. Yeah, 21 will do it. Very rude of the group of you.
Try and move quickly. Just power walking through this fucking tunnel.
You certainly are.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And as you scurry ahead, you come
Oh.
to another fork, in which you spy fake Cristona. Come, hurry onwards. The mother awaits. And she is going to go ahead and throw. She's going to go ahead and throw a feeble mind at her counterpart. Hi, Cristona.
Hi.
Make me another intelligence saving throw, please.
Fucking hell. Oh, Digger
Ah.
Eye!
Diggeroy will come in big with a counterspell
Thank you.
and interrupt it. And
Good
fake
deal.
Cristona will sigh and vanish into the floor. Just melts into the ground.
Look back to Digger Eye. Thank you. Quickly turn this corner.
Also, for future reference, for when we actually get to fight those things and they don't just run away, are the fake Cristonas humanoid?
No.
Rude.
Right.
As you guys pass through this other junction, I need another round of intelligence saves, please.
Yay!
Hey, Bauer passes, Eamon passes, Diggeroy does not,
Ugh.
Cristona does not. Those of you who failed take 42 points of psychic damage as Atula begins to actually exert a bit of force to try and crush your brains.
God damn.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
bleeding
Say
from the
we
ears.
bought all those healing potions.
Yeah, same.
Who has all of those, by the way?
I thought Cristona.
That's fine. Just making sure somebody's got them.
I
will
did note
drink
down the 2
way
Supremes on my
first.
sheet, though.
Mm-hmm. I grabbed a Supreme. I grabbed Superior. Like
I'm gonna drink 2 graders from my prior stock.
yeah. At least have a greater.
Okay. You down 2 greater healing potions. Bauer downs another one. Cristona downs another one. You guys regain a whole bunch of hit points. You are just chugging these things down to try and counteract her influence on your brain.
I'm
Yeah,
also gonna
punch,
do
but
cure wounds into myself because I rarely use my first level spell, so might as well.
Okay. So as you guys head through, yes, please make yourselves into a tighter formation.
And it's harder not to in these very narrow caves.
Stop moving yourselves, damn it! I'm trying to do something. Go fuck yourself, Eamon.
Can't even see where I'm moving.
That's true.
As you all start walking through the tunnel up ahead, you abruptly find yourselves looping around the corner and ending up back here.
Fuck. Hmm.
Did you think that I could only change the tunnels outside of my domain? Diggeroy drinks 2 more.
That just proves you were scared. We were getting closer.
I have more important things to deal with than you. Young posers to the thrones of godhood.
We're posers now.
I don't think we're really trying to claim to be gods ourselves.
Then why else do you seek to kill us?
Because you are bad at it.
Do you think you would be better?
We would not be destroying this world. That is better.
Perhaps if you kill me, you can find out for yourself. If.
I'm gonna try and make sure. I'm gonna commune and make sure she didn't change around locations of herself too.
Go ahead. You're pretty sure it's still in the same direction.
Oh, we've been up here before, so I'm continuing up this way again.
Want to try taking the north path this time?
And that's my thought.
Oh, you are adorable little grandchildren, aren't you? Trying to find a different path when your first one didn't work. I do so love your optimism. It brings this old heart joy. Too bad it will never work. Too bad it will never work. And as you guys pass through there, I need another round of intelligence saves, please. Has Eamon failed a single one of these yet?
One of them.
Bauer, you're good.
It
Eamon, you're
took me
good.
second.
Digroy and Cristona, you are not good.
Nope.
Her psychic grip seems to be staying around the same level for now. But those of you who are not good, you take 36 points of psychic damage.
Gonna use a second level cure wounds this time. Here's a question, since I haven't used this in quite a while. Could I use an instance of Tyr's wisdom to potentially figure out how she's changing things around, or if there's a way to prevent her from doing so somehow, from like doing the whole like teleporty thing or switch things?
Sure. This is the answer comes very readily through Tyr's wisdom. This is her divine domain.
Mm-hmm.
You are effectively within an extension of her body right now.
Mm-hmm.
She can do whatever she wants to you, basically.
That's fair.
If this is an extension of her body, can we just start hitting the walls?
You could, yes. I mean,
Would it
hitting the
be a thing?
hitting the walls is a reasonable is a thing that you can do in basically any circumstance. The only circumstance in which you couldn't is when there are no walls.
True. Just frustrated. Spore.
Yeah. So you are currently within her body right now. One could say you are inside her.
Frustrated against the wall.
Like in a very literal non-sexual way. It's like you're
Yes.
crawling around inside of her veins.
We're in body wars right now. We're literally body wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simba kind of teases and just smacks the wall.
So, ow. That is very rude, child. Don't attack your mother like that. Or even your grandmother like me.
Gonna get a bearing again.
Say which path?
You are not sure with only a 20. As for the other part of the Tears understanding, you could. There are stories of people attempting to trick gods, or be extremely sneaky, or trick them, be extremely sneaky. The rare story of people forcing their way in, but generally to make your way into a god's domain, you need to have some skill at which you are exemplary among humans, and in which you are confident enough to try and challenge a god, and some way in which to turn it against said god.
Yeah, passing a lot that along through people's heads, but trying to figure out what that might be.
Like, there are stories of gods being lulled to sleep or entertained by various stories. There are stories of them being tricked into bargains or deals that where they didn't fully understand what they were agreeing to by extremely charismatic tricksters or storytellers.
Like
There
literally what happened to
are-
Atula.
Sorry?
That's literally what happened to Atula, to be fair.
There are stories of people who've wrestled a god down and forced them to submit through force of arms, even if they couldn't kill them. There's stories of those who managed to sneak in and avoid the god's eye. Like, you get the idea, I'm sure.
Yeah, best I could do would try to pass without a trace, but it still doesn't work with Eamon and Bauer.
Plus all the Warforged we have with us.
That too. Yeah.
I should really drop tokens for them, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Though I think just about all of them are unconscious from psychic damage at this point.
Oh shit. That would have been good to know.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Sorry, I Should we break early and leave for you guys to come up with some sort of clever plan?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm also thinking we probably, if the Warforged reading hit that hard, we probably would have left them after we got transported back to the entrance.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Is Garrett and Banach still with us? at
Yeah.
least?
Yep.
Okay.
Garrett's got their own healing and can keep Banach up for you guys.
That's good.
But we can totes break early and give you guys some time to figure out a plan if you wish.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Hmm.
All right. Well,
Some skills that's just like, tell a story, I guess.
that's fair. That's fair.
I know,
Like,
the match.
if you want to come up with something clever, that is totally cool. If you want to just like drop the bag of sand on a Tula and be like, "Go to sleep," that is also cool.
Yeah, it was
That
her
would work.
wrath, sleep powder.
Sorry.
The other thought I had was I could put the Taras to sleep and make that not an issue.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think Atula will just wake it up again. So
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can take the dose of speed and just try to run through this place.
Yeah, dump the speed. Dump the speed on Atula and see what Atula's like on speed.
Oh God.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
God.
So we should
Please
definitely
Graham
do it.
on speed.
Please.
Graham on speed.
Please do not make me figure out what that would do.
Do it.
I mean,
do
we
it.
could also
do it.
get up to Atula and then have Bauer use one of the Chronomancy coins.
Oh God.
I didn't think I could use those anymore.
Did you use them all up?
Or also you can't
No, I
use
meant-
magic items.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Ah.
No, you can still use those.
What? Oh, God.
They're not strictly beneficial.
I got some shit to do.
beneficial. Oh no! What have I unleashed?
Also, yeah, I'm not sure touching Atula with a Chronomancy coin would help us.
Hmm.
I mean,
mean, like,
only
it
one
might
way to
hurt her
find out.
Be crazy state, or it might just make her stronger. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I should not have suggested it.
I'm still liking the speed idea. We'll literally be putting speed directly into her veins.
right, so she mainlines speed. We'll see what happens. The problem with this plan is we are also in the veins in question.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying this plan.
I'm big on the sleep idea though.
Sleep does seem like a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because we're right there. We can do that and then creep through the tunnels until we get to the place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or we try
Yeah,
to
that
convince
is
her
it.
that she's like, Grandma, you gotta calm down. This isn't. Just go to sleep, Grandma.
I'm excited to see what happens when somebody does actually use the speed. Oh no, if you give her the speed, it will almost certainly get her tweaking on some task that is you guys.
Yeah, let's not.
That's my way of dissuading you from figuring out or from making me figure out what'll happen if you put a god on.
On sigil speed.
Let's
It's so just for clarification, it is not like a drug or a chemical. It is literally the essence of the idea of speed distilled into a powder.
Oh my god. Fucking
Just
sigil.
for anybody who takes a look at it.
Wow.
Like it is the essence of anybody who has ever thought like gotta go fast and then gone really, really fast.
It's literally made from Sanic.
Yes.
The concept of Sanic.
Yes.
Wow.
Sanic was on speed.
Wow. Wow.
So by all means, snort it, but please don't make me figure out what happens when you give that to a god.
Yeah. Sympaticos, also, I gave you your damn dragon. It was a really good dragon, though.
There, you got your dragon.
Um.
Alright. Well, if we do want a break for clever planning for next week,
Mm-hmm. Probably a good idea.
then that is fine by me. Yeah.
Cool.
Nomination?
I had it last time. So go with Diggeroy for accepting a deal with the devil.
He is not, in fact, a devil.
Sure. That's
Thank
what
you,
you want to
thank
say.
you.
This is probably the most benevolent deal that any of you will be offered this campaign, actually.
That is probably true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alright.
Cool.
Diggeroy, congratulations, you've been nominated. Go, like, sleep. Rest your brain.
Yeah.
Be ready to be cunning. Or very, very stupid, depending on how
Have
this
you met
turns out.
us?
Yeah, you'll probably do something very,
not-
very stupid.
Really stupid here. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're bringing some catastrophic stupid of your own. To quote you guys.
Indeed. Okay. Well. Well, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. See you guys
All
next
right.
week.
Good night, everybody.
See you next week, guys.
Good games. Later.
Good game.
Later.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, everyone, tonight. Who can I raid?
It was very short. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We have no idea what we're doing at the moment, so probably a good idea before we just stupid ourselves to death. But it'll probably still happen, but
Probably.
let's see. Ooh. Could send people to Arcade Asian's doing Twitch Sings, and I don't think I've rated him yet. He's rated me a couple times, and he's very fucking energetic, so please pass along the good vibes. And there's the normal... Ah, damn it! Oh, shit! That's what I forgot. Damn it! I forgot to put up my thing so I can do my raid calls and stuff. I'll grab that in a moment. Get the damn thing to load. Come on. Damn it, chatbot. Come on. As I put that out there, and then I'll see you over there. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good night.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border. I'm treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice order, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being